Again, 0-0 ball game as we start the second quarter. Oak Harbor facing a 4th and 9 from the Glacier Peak 19. 27, Peter Franzen looks like they are set up to attempt the field goal.
Yeah, field goals are no gimme in high school football either, so he's got about a 30-yarder.
Snap is good. It's a line drive. Did he make it through?
He didn't.
He did. Just on the left corner pocket.
He just edged that thing in.
So with 11:52 to go in the second quarter, Oak Harbor Wildcats take the first score. Wildcats take the first score at 3-0. Business. Lenny back to pass. Finds over the middle, going deep. Oh, Evan Nelson had it on his fingertips. Broken up.
He's hurt. Josiah Miller just undressed him on that play.
Peter Franzen also on the play for the Wildcats.
Let's hope he's okay. He might have the wind knocked out. He kind of threw his helmet off real quick. He kind of got hit right in the chest. So
let's hope he's all right. He is a big threat for the Grizzlies.
I'm hoping that's just the wind knocked out of him.
So
that was a little bit of a questionable hit on that play too.
Coach Rowe walking out to check on his player as nobody wants anybody to get hurt. It is a physical game, and that was a big hit by Josiah Miller.
Yeah, that could have almost drawn a flag because whether it was early or not, you do that to a defensive player, and I think I would have thrown the flag.
We do not have the privilege of instant replay this year, but hopefully maybe in the coming seasons. Lenny looking over, goes to his left, going deep down the sideline. Oh, almost caught it. He got a flag. That was Sean Elledge on the intended receiver.
And it's going to be pass interference, folks, if you're watching at home or listening. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
And is that Mike Washington?
I believe it was.
Fakes the handoff, now goes back over to Elledge. Elledge cuts across, loses one guy, and gets wrestled down to the 10-yard line of Oak Harbor.
And what a heads up. You just can't tackle the guy with one player.
On the 8-yard line. Tippett. Now he goes over, and that's Quentin Dunbar. Touchdown, Glacier Peak. Lenny to Dunbar for an 8-yard touchdown. Yeah. Glacier Peak 6, Oak Harbor 3 with 9:07 left to go in the second quarter. Branson Corwin on for the extra point. It is good, and Glacier Peak is up 7-3 with 9:07 left to go in the second quarter, Tim.
Well, that answers the question about how they're going to respond being down by 3 points. So they came back and, about a 70-yard drive there?
As we head to halftime, as the players go off the field, it is Glacier Peak 7, the Oak Harbor Wildcats 3. You're listening and watching 3A Westco High School football and Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We'll be back at the start of the second half. Don't go away. We're going to take a little time out.
But if you are going to get a hot dog, do it now.
Let everybody know that this football program you're watching is brought to you by Dynamic Diesel Service and Repair, by Mongo's Restaurant in Clearview on Highway 9, McDaniel's Do-It Center, Hardware and Garden in downtown Snohomish, Windermere Realtor Kathy Salvadolina. Call her at 425-350-0020. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors, and also, last but not least, Gutter Glove Gutter Guard. Check them out at guttergloveusa.net as they look like the things are ready to go, and Oak Harbor will begin the ball game on offense. You see any big adjustments, Tim, for Glacier Peak as far as offensively to get things going? I mean, I don't remember the last time they scored 7 points in the first half.
No, I think the adjustment they really need to make is actually on defense. Although Oak Harbor's only got 3 points, they really haven't had an answer for Brent Ryan. I think they need to make a little bit of an adjustment there. The offense, I think they just need to get back in the rhythm.
Hands it off to Josiah Miller down the near side. He's got room, but thank you, Mr. Elledge. They faked the handoff. No, they didn't. He got it, and he's in for a touchdown. tight coverage on the near side of the field by Isaiah Trower. Lenny back to pass. Goes deep over the middle. He's got it!
Evan Nelson.
Evan Nelson at the 30. One guy to beat. Shakes him to the 10.
Oh!
Touchdown! Glacier Peak. Evan Nelson, welcome back.
Oh, I guess he wasn't hurt.
We saw him warming up on the sidelines before the second half. A great ball by Lenny. He kind of juked a guy, and then he was gone.
That was a great play, and I think that's Evan Nelson's response to that hit he got by Josiah Miller.
Wow. As Corwin on to kick the extra point. It is good.
He sneaks it over.
And in typical Glacier Peak fashion, just like that, with 5:21, it is 14 Glacier Peak, Oak Harbor 10. Yeah. So we go to the fourth quarter. It's a tight ball game. We thought we'd have a tight one.
We did. Absolutely. Didn't know it was going to be this tight. I didn't think it was going to be this slow of a pace game with this little scoring, though.
So here we go. Ian Colse, now they change sides going right to left. And they hand it right up the gut again to Brent Ryan there. And he'll get a gain of 3.
For automatic first down.
At the Oak Harbor 16-yard line now. 2nd and 4 as David Lenny takes the snap, now looks over, fakes. Now going deep down the sideline. Touchdown, Grizzlies! Again, Evan Nelson, number 2 for the night. 1st and 10 from their 0-15. They hand it off again to Brent Ryan. Up the middle, fumble.
Glacier Peak's got the ball.
Glacier Peak, number 17, Brendan Hershey. What a game for Hershey as he recovers the fumble.
And he comes up big.
Huge pickup, fumble recovery for Brendan Hershey and Glacier Peak, and they will have it 1st and 10 at the Wildcats 19-yard line. What a turn of events.
And you know what? Not exactly the best play calling by Oak Harbor. They got to hurry this game up, and all they're doing is doing that run up the middle, chewing up the clock. He kind of got penalized for that.
Huge fumble there by their horse tonight, number 36, Brent Ryan. They're crowding. It looks like they're going to blitz. Catches it. Now Lenny takes it up the gut. He's to the 5. Rolls in for a touchdown. Dives in. Touchdown. Glacier Peak and David Lenny. 1st and goal at the 1. Ian Colse hands it off to Big 36, and he powers through for a touchdown. But we hope you've enjoyed tonight's coverage on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. And Tim, we talked in the first half. Josiah Miller, you just wouldn't see him. I mean, Brent Ryan, 36, got most of the carries. He was a bulldog. I mean, he's a load. They couldn't stop him. Then the second half, hello, Josiah.
Yeah, he definitely came to the party in the second half, and we probably spoke too soon, saying he wasn't really much of a factor, and it was the other guy. And
so it's our fault.
It probably is.
We jinxed him.
But, hey, good news is we promised you a good game. You got it. It went down to the wire. You know, literally it went down to the wire with Sean Elledge running around all over the field. Wasn't sure. I thought he might get in, actually, and then...
There's just nothing quite like high school football. We had Evan Nelson, one of the star receivers. He was knocked out almost cold on the goal line there in the first quarter. He comes back, tough kid, scores 2 huge touchdowns. All of a sudden, Glacier Peak was rolling. The crowd was into it, and then something happened.
Well,
the wheels came off the bus.
Absolutely, and you know, say what you want, this is probably the 2 top teams in the league. Meadowdale, arguably, is probably probably going to have some real good eyes on this game.
Absolutely.
They probably have more interest in this game than anybody else does.
Absolutely.
But hey, great job by Oak Harbor coming out here on the road, pulling off what I would consider an upset victory.
Absolutely.
Just more than anything, just because they're on the road and have that long bus ride. Well, the good news for them is now they get a happy bus ride on the way back. But,
well,
you know, hats off to them.
It's a final here down in Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium. Oak Harbor Wildcats come in with a 30-37. I'm sorry, what's the score?
They won by 3, whatever
They won
it
by
was.
3.
30-27.
I wrote 30-27. I'm sorry, I can't read my own writing. 30-27, a huge upset. You've been watching and listening to Glacier Peak Grizzly football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Stay tuned next Friday night, 7 o'clock, right here against Shorecrest High School. We don't know what happened to them tonight. You might know at home. They were beat handily last week, 41-7 by Meadowdale.
But again, Meadowdale's a good team, probably one of the top 3 teams in the league. And Glacier Peak's got a loss now, but don't go away. There's a lot of football left this season, and Oak Harbor's got to match up with Meadowdale. So there's a lot of things that'll happen throughout the season.
Thanks for watching. Tell all your friends. STSPN. Look for highlights. For Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, Todd Elvig, Ron, the famous spotter and statistician, so long from Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium. Good night.
Good night,